do you choose a mentor? How do you choose a mentor and how do you know which one is the right one for you? We're going to talk about that today.
It's the moment you've been waiting for. It's a conversation that must be had today and not tomorrow. Welcome to another episode of I'm Listening, I'm Ready with your host, Andrew E. Guy. Let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Andrew Guy. Welcome to another episode of the Owl Podcast. The podcast is dedicated for those who are on the go, whether you're traveling by land, air, or sea. That's right. This is me, Andrew E. Guy, and the Morning. Welcome to this episode, and we're going to talking about how do you choose a mentor. So we'll give you 5 steps to help you to choose the right mentor that's best for you. All right, let's jump into it. So, 5 steps in choosing the right mentor that's going to help you to transform your life. So, many people are looking for solutions, they're looking for resolutions, they're looking for results, they're looking for outcomes. Yes, this is a new year, and everyone is trying to get that extra step, to get that edge on life. Number one, there are several things that we want to look at. We're going to cover them as we go through this little talk, and it's to help you. Number one, you want to decide what you need. The next thing you want to do is you want to decide the what. So, what you need, and you're going to decide the what. The next thing you want to do is decide the why. The next thing you want to decide is focus on the internal versus the external. And number five, you want to keep the meat and discard the bones. All right, so let's jump into it. What is a mentor? A mentor is a model. Mentor is simply a model. That's all it is. It's a model that you have looked at, you have analyzed, and you have come to a conclusion that this particular person and or lifestyle will benefit you because it aligns with your vision, it aligns with your beliefs, it aligns with your philosophy, it aligns with your morals, it aligns with your values. And so as I look at this individual's life, I said, wow, I can model myself after this. That's exactly what a mentor is. They're simply a model that you would like to model yourself after or follow because what they're doing is bringing them success. They're happier with their lives and all of the things that life has to offer. Hey, they're fulfilled. So that's what a mentor is, looking at someone's lifestyle or someone's success or the methodology for how they live their life and how they go about gaining success or how they experience or experiment with life. That's basically what a mentor is. In other words, a mentor is the pole. The mentor is the lighthouse, so to speak. So think of a mentor as the lighthouse, like you're a ship on the dark waters and you don't really know where you're going. And the only way to know exactly where you're going is to have a lighthouse that tells you where you're going, that lets you know in relation to the North Star that people used to travel back in the day, almost like a navigational system. A mentor is just that, a navigation that helps you to get to your success point, not just quicker, but to give you a pathway for you to travel to reduce the amount of setbacks that you will have. When you think of a mentor, it could be just because of their philosophy, it could just because of their career or their professionalism, or it could be just because of their family values. So when you're choosing a mentor, I want you to keep these things in mind when you choose a mentor because a lot of times people will choose a mentor based on what's popular. They may choose a mentor because it is the in thing, or that person have a lot of followers on social media, or that person is considered famous or have a lot of influence in a community. There are a lot of reasons why people choose a mentor. A lot of times the mentor might not be a good fit for you. Why? Because they may be famous in one area but lacking other, should I say, values in other areas. Let me use my fingers here, for example. If I put up my fingers here, I got 5 fingers. No, I don't. I got 4 fingers and one thumb. Okay. These are called 5 phalanges. So let's say, for example, you have a mentor, and let's say of all of these 5 appendages, then 3 out of those 2 characters or characteristic of that individual aligns with your belief and or your philosophy. So what would you do? You would take the 3 that are in alignment with your life and get rid of the 2 that don't work, right? So that's one of the things that we're going to get into as to how to go about choosing a mentor and what to look for. Okay, let's jump down to number 2, the what. The what is the aspect of their life that inspires you. The what is the aspect of their life or lifestyle that inspires you. Now, it's key for you to know that not all mentors are worth following. And so when you decide to follow a mentor and or solicit someone to be your mentor, you need to take these things into consideration. Number 1, their beliefs, their character, their morals, their mindset, their life skills, their lifestyles, and their values. Now, why do we want to consider their beliefs? Beliefs basically is a driving force that determines their philosophy. I believe this, and so it determines their actions. So a lot of people don't understand or they misunderstand the role of beliefs in someone's life. You will actually live what you believe. This is part of what helps to shape your philosophy and your mindset. Character, very simple. Character is what you do when no one is watching you. So that means if someone is a different person when no one is watching them, then that's going to kind of determine their character. So you want to make sure that the person that you decide to become your mentor, the same person that you see in front of you in the night, in the daylight, or in the afternoon is the same person behind closed doors. What do I mean by that? They cannot be some kind of what's a good term? They cannot be an individual that has a two face. Like in the daylight, they are dressed in a suit to impress. They are this 100% awesome individual. And at night, they're a completely different individual. Now, this could be because of their personalities, but you want to make sure that whatever they're doing, they have the characteristics that you want to model. Okay. Morals. What are their moral values? Those are the things that you need to consider. What are their skills, the skill set? What skill set do they have that you would like to model for your life? And is it something that is beneficial for you to acquire and or model? And if you do, how far is that going to get you? All right. The next thing is just the values. What value systems do they have in place to help govern the decisions that they make? These are things that you have to think about when you think about a mentor. So the why. The why is, why are you looking for a mentor? Are you just looking for a mentor to get ahead in life or to be successful or to have the external success or to have that external polish, that shine look to appear as if you are successful? Why are you looking for the mentor? So that's important that you analyze that, because that basically is part of your motives for looking for a mentor. If you're looking for a mentor and you have the wrong motive, chances are you're going to be led down the wrong path and you're going to be led to the end of the yellow brick road and there is no pot of gold at the end. It may lead to disappointment. So make sure that when you're looking for a mentor, it is someone that you can follow. It's someone that can, you can hold them accountable and they can hold you accountable. All right. So let's go on to the next one. You want to focus on the internal. Focus on the internal as opposed to the external. There is a jingle, a commercial jingle that says it doesn't matter how you cut your hair, it's what's inside that counts, right? So when you think about the individual that you want to model, Don't just model them, and I'm going to use this metaphor, don't just model after them or use them to be your mentor because of the paint job that they have. Dig a little deeper. Go underneath the hood and flip the hood and see what kind of engine that's underneath the hood. And the engine versus the paint job is a metaphor to help you to understand, don't be fooled by the paint job. It is what's underneath the hood that matters most. That's the internal capacity. It's their thoughts, it's their moral, it's their beliefs, it's their values. It's what's on the inside, is how they think. James Allen, one of my favorite author, wrote this book, said, As a Man Thinketh. And that's basically what it is. As a man thinketh, so he becomes. Okay, and the struggles that a person go through, hardship introduces a person to themselves. To themselves, you're asking, how is that, Andrew? Well, only when you go through something you realize who you are. I've heard it once said that if there's orange juice on the inside of an orange, when you squeeze it, it better be orange juice coming out. So whatever is on the inside of you, when life squeezes you, that thing will come out. So that's why you want to focus what's on the internal, the inside of a person. The inside is their thought process, how they see things, their values, their beliefs, and their mindset. So if you focus on that, then you have a better chance of choosing a right mentor. Now, I don't live in the person's brain. You're asking me, Andrew, how in the world do I do that? You look at their actions. So the speech is going to reveal their thought, and then their words is going to determine their behavior. Okay, it doesn't always come in that pattern or in that sequence, but you got to listen to what people are saying and you got to watch what people are doing. When you do this, this will help you to actually understand more about the person's internal mindset and their capacity, and this you can use to do your make your own judgment to decide, do I want to follow that individual or not? Okay, it's important that you understand that you got to look at the internal. The next one I want you to talk about is this, is a mentor versus a Sherpa. A mentor versus a Sherpa. And before I jump on that, I want to let you know that as you decide to determine if it's the internal or the external you're going to follow, I would like to encourage you to look at it this way. Take the meat and leave the bones. I heard Oprah Winfrey once said that, and I heard TD Jakes once said that. It said, it does matter who you follow and who you are looking up to, but if they have qualities or a lifestyle that does not align with your philosophy and your belief, but they do have other qualities that helps them to get ahead and it helps them to accomplish certain things, and they're successful in a specific area that you would like to champion, then you can take those qualities that works. We call that a principle. They're principles that you can't break. Principles work for you, and if you don't apply those principles, they work against you. So if the principles that they're using that are help them to be successful in a particular area of their life that you would like to model, I call that the meat versus the bones. For example, there are individuals who may be have an exceptional work ethic, but their character is flawed. They may be studious at studying and reading and self development, but they don't have much faith. They don't have that ability to dream bigger. They are just good at what they do at certain things. So what I'm telling you now is look at the things that are noteworthy, look at the things that are beneficial, that can benefit you in the long run, and then the things that does not apply to you. It's just like eating meat. That's the reason why I said take the meat and leave the bones. The meat is what's going to give you nourishment, because the meat has the protein that's going to be the building blocks to help build up your muscles and so forth, right? So that's what I'm trying to get you to see. Take the things that work and the stuff that does not work, that you don't want to idolize, the things that you don't want to model, leave those alone. Only take what works for you and that aligns with where you are going. Take the meat, leave the bones. Now, Let's talk about the last part of this. What do you really need? Is it a mentor or a Sherpa? A mentor or a Sherpa? Now, a lot of people don't know the difference between a mentor and a Sherpa. See, a mentor is simply a model. That's all a mentor is. It's just a model. Okay, it's like a framework. Having a framework without that individual right next to you to hold your hand. So here's the framework. Take it and study it and then work it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't work, great. So there are some other kind of mentor who may have a more hands-on approach. It varies, but for the most part, the basic aspect of a mentor is just a model that you are going to model your life and or your lifestyle after. Now, what about a Sherpa? What is a Sherpa? A Sherpa, Sherpa, is more than a model. It's more than a mentor. A Sherpa basically is a mimic. A Sherpa is a mimic, but a mentor is a model and or framework. Let me flip that around. A mentor is a framework that you follow. A Sherpa is a mimic. That means you step where I step. Case in point, let's say, for example, you visited Tibet, right? And you're there in the Tibetan mountains and you're trying to climb the mountain. You've decided that you're going to climb the mountain or you're going to go visit Kilimanjaro, right? Or you're trying to go up the Mount Everest. All of these are different tasks that many individual has tried to accomplish over the years. When you get there, you don't need or you do not want a mentor. What you need is a Sherpa. Here is how a Sherpa works better than a mentor. A Sherpa will say, I'm going up the mountain. Wherever I step, you step. So if I step left, you better step left. Why? Because a Sherpa is basically going to step and provide that surface for you to step into their steps. They are building what's called a foundation for you to step in so that you will be safe. It's a guaranteed, almost guaranteed, because nothing is guaranteed in life, but I have a 99% chance that when you step in the place where the Sherpa step, that you will be safe. So the difference between a mentor versus a Sherpa, a mentor is a framework and or a model. A Sherpa is a mimic where you step where they step. You walk directly in their footstep. And that's how it works. Pretend as if you're going up that mountain, and if the Sherpa steps right here on this gravel, you step on that gravel. If the Sherpa step on that rock, you step on that rock. If that Sherpa go around the rock, you go around the rock. Why? Because they're trying to let you know that where I am walking is safest for you. And that's exactly what you need to understand, the difference between a mentor versus a Sherpa. And there's something that I want to kind of read for you, that life has many ups and downs, but it's always good for you to have something or a principle to follow. They always say this, and it's a cliche, but I would like to rephrase it. They say success leaves clues. But many people walk around life and they are just looking for clues. And that's why they end up not fulfilling their purpose, because they're always watching, looking for the next best thing. And they're looking for a clue. You don't want clue. You want solutions. All right. Instead of running after clues, you need to go for principles. So success leaves clues. Okay. But examples and principles are blueprints. Success may leave clues, but examples and principles are blueprints that you can follow. These are what lead to what we call solutions for your pain point. You don't need another resolution. You don't need to chase after clues. What you need are answers. You need solutions for your pain points. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about. So if you're interested in looking for a mentor and or a Sherpa, are you trying to get some personal development, click on the link in the description below, and it's going to take you to a page. And I want you to sign up for our newsletter. And I want to send you out a free copy of our latest book, the Work Your Words and Finding Your Pathway to Personal Success, right? And you'll be able to go ahead and download that, and you can use that to help start the process to develop in yourself to get better and to go farther ahead so you can live your dreams and make your dreams your personal reality. This